Viceroy, the Marquess of Dufferin and Ava came to the empty vast land of Aitchison College to lay the foundation stone of the main building. This ceremony was held on the 3rd of November 1886. Within a few days of its inauguration, on the 13th of November 1886, a meeting was held devised by the Colonel W.G. Davis. In this meeting, he read out a letter from the Viceroy and put forward a proposal to change the name of the college from the Punjab Chiefs College to Aitchison College, which was accepted, and the name was changed under the founder of Aitchison, George Umperston Aitchison, who was at the time the Lieutenant Governor of Punjab. We will now invite the Principal, Aitchison College, to say a few words. Sir.
Good morning to the college. I welcome our chief guest, Syed Baba Ali. Sir, wonderful to have you here. I couldn't think of anyone more appropriate to be here on Foundersday Day than yourself. You've given so much to the school and love it so much. I also welcome our friends from Macoba, President, Vice President, Secretary, Treasury Officer. I think there are some more I may have missed. Wonderful to have you here. Dr. Matthew McCartney from Oxford University and his wife Ranjana also join us. Dr. McCartney will be helping with Oxford admissions and also teaching some economics. But I want to begin by asking us to have a prayer in our hearts for Moise Ahmed today, who undergoes brain surgery in H1, and our thoughts and best wishes are with him and his family, and our prayers for speedy recovery. There is nothing straightforward about Aitchison. I was listening to that brief history from the head boy. Aitchison College was actually inaugurated. It wasn't founded, it was inaugurated on the 13th of November. It was founded as the Chiefs College. And as correctly said, in between the 3rd and the 10th, there must have been a lot of discussions about Sir Charles Aitchison and the role he played in sponsoring the idea of another Chiefs College. There were 5. We're the 3rd. Rajkumar and Mayo College precede us. And these colleges were established to educate the rulers who would go on to manage their states in India then under a British administration. They didn't need jobs. They needed education. But not even that was particularly successful. But the school goes back further, because prior to the Chiefs College, there was a school called Ward School, the Ward School of Umballa in India. And that began in 1868 as a tiny outpost at a British cantonment with a principal by the name of Mr. Walter Robinson. That name will be familiar. The Walter Robinson Cross Country will be taking place toward the end of November. And Robinson worked with 12 boys, and as the idea of education grew and the cantonment school wasn't particularly successful, they moved it into Lahore. That ward school transmogrified into the Chiefs College with the same principal, the same 12 students, and the same constitution. The school's history dates back to 1868 without any question. Aitchison itself is 132 years old, but we are, as an educational expression, 150 years old. When I think of, yes, it's worth clapping, because and then Aitchison's history is like reading a novel. It's almost too good. It should be a fiction. It's a period of time between 1886 and 1904, which is when Mr. Robinson was principal, and then Mr. Godley took over 1904 up to 1917, and then Mr. Leslie Jones and Mr. Kelly, Mr. Barry and so forth. Probably between 1886 and 1933 the school struggled. It had barely 100 students, and those in Kelly House will know full well, if they've read the words underneath the photograph of Mr. Kelly, that he struggled considerably with the financial future of the school. In fact, it almost collapsed. And it was the old boys, the generosity of old boys, I believe, that helped rescue the school. It was always a British examination school. In 1933 it became a Cambridge school for what we would know as O and A levels equivalent. And then in 2016 we've become a whole Cambridge school. So we've always, in a sense, had an international curriculum. Prior to independence, there were Sikhs, Hindus and Muslims. The Muslims resided in Kelly House, Sikhs and Hindus in Godley House, and Leslie Jones House came later for scholars and for those on smaller fees. And I'm speaking now of a time at which Mr. Syed Baba Ali was at school. I'm sure he'll tell you something about that in a moment. And then after independence, the school changes again, dramatically, manifestly, and forever. And it begins its road as a school that you now inherit. It's for elites, hopefully now for elite education, to educate the DNA of Pakistan. At that laying of the foundation stone, there were rulers from Kashmir and Bahawalpur as well. Bahawalpur. It was already a sign of the extent of people drawn to the school. And it's a staggering school when you think of it. 200 acres in the centre of Lahore is unthinkable. As you look around the school, you still see evidence of the canal system that was the genius of placing the school where it is. The beautiful fields, the trees, the jade lawns, all these things we sometimes take for granted that we shouldn't, enriches your education to a point that no other boy comes close to enjoying in this country. We have produced presidents, prime ministers, the most recent one, international sporting stars, great business entrepreneurs, philanthropists, business icons and academics. But the one consistent thing throughout the whole history of the school has been its attempt to form character. Character ahead of everything else. To speak the truth, to act with compassion, to be firm but to be fair, and to not squander the gift that you've been given. And it is a gift. I have travelled enough of the world to know just how big a gift this is. And the uniform you wear, and the way you wear it, getting to things on time, including people who are not necessarily your best friends, getting off the information technology and developing real relationships face to face, being a leader of yourself, this is important. The school song is interesting. In English it reads, "These grounds are dearer to us than life, where we gained knowledge and skill, where we became Aitchisonians. This name is on everyone's lips. We are proud of our identity. And today we should give thanks to our founder and founders our governors of past and present, our boards past and present, our old boys, our mothers and fathers and families for enabling us to be here. And don't you ever forget, from young to old, don't you ever forget, it is a duty to be at this school at your best, to never give up, and to appreciate this wonderful gift, Aitchison College.